Views and content expressed in the following program are not representative of ONTV or the Board of Directors. ONTV and its Board of Directors do not endorse the views, thoughts, or content of the following program.
Hello and welcome to Political News, Political Views. Like always, no teleprompters, no cue cards, no idiot boards, just running off at the mouth.
See, couple of idiots at it. There you
go. We are practicing safe distancing. We have our masks, but we have this wonderful glass which you can't see unless we start throwing rocks, and then when you see the rocks bounce back at us, you'll see what we have to deal with. Todd is back this week. I had to wing it last week.
Oh, yeah, I showed up in my work clothes. Sorry about that. But hey, I'm a working man, okay?
You showed up, and well, no, I mean that's you get all these big shots on there with suits, and what the hell, you know? Not all of us have suits, you know.
That suit us, anyways.
Yeah. You're starting off good, ain't you?
So,
yeah.
So, what did you talk about last week?
Last week, I was talking about the importance of voting.
Okay.
I believe I did say, and for those that watch the show, you can let me know if I did say it or I didn't. When you get to be my age, you start to forget that regardless of who you vote for, you have to vote.
Yes.
Because we are in a situation now, as I had said last week, that we are not voting for a candidate. Now, I'm pretty sure you're going to disagree with this. Maybe you won't. I hope not. Right now, the democracy that we had in 2015 is at risk, because I believe this current administration is pushing us closer and closer to an autocracy. And by that, it means we will have one leader who will have total authority.
Kind of like our Michigan governor.
Well, now I'm on federal.
I know it. I was just. I had to throw that at you there a little bit.
No, I mean you outdo me with the.
I'm more towards the state government and stuff like that. You're more towards the federal government, but we have common ideas through both.
Well, I got to go through my regular spiel, and more so this week, because last week really, as soon as the show was done, I had found out the latest and greatest story that had happened, and it was concerning remarks that were made at the burial sites over in Europe by dear leader, and it still goes back. And then later on with the book that just came out,
you're talking about where Trump supposedly said that the dead were losers and suckers. Okay. There has been no proof of that being said, because everybody that was with him, including Bolton at the time, in Bolton's book, there's no mention of it. And to the fact is that if Bolton would have heard that, you could have just about guaranteed that it would have been in that book.
Kelly did hear it.
No.
Kelly did hear it. He didn't say anything.
Nobody.
And people are wondering why he hasn't said anything.
Every one of there's 4 supposedly anonymous witnesses to this. If this was truly said, those anonymous witnesses need to come forward and verify it. They are not coming forward. That's why I don't believe it.
Okay.
I would prefer, I mean, right now, with the way media has been going and everything is being said, and I'm not standing up for Trump, okay? For the simple fact that the media and the parties have been lying back and forth for the last 3 years. I mean, you got people bringing up Russian collusion still, even though the Russian collusion part has been proven false. Now, we've had Russian interference on social media. That's given. We've got that going currently right now, and you got Russia and China, all interfering with on both sides with Trump and Biden right now.
So when Trump said that he heard that Joe Biden is, and I like this.
Go ahead.
I mean, this is a serious thing, but it's the way it came out. Joe Biden is using performance-enhancing drugs to when he gives his speeches. I want to know why would he?
Both of them do really well with their speeches when they're on teleprompters. All right.
Yeah, but wait.
But when they're
why would Trump or why would Biden need the blue pill? To
that kind of enhancement. Oh no! Hey, he's 78 years old. The man probably could use a little help. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care.
I mean, but that's what Trump had said.
Maybe that keeps him from falling over when he's up at the podium. He's got a kickstand. I don't know.
He said, "This is what I heard." Well, he's been doing that. Everybody knows. I've read. People have told me. I think I heard it. My friend Jim told me. His friend Jim. I wonder if that's part of his alter ego. That must be his alter ego's friend.
Hey, with all the stuff that's been said on both sides, you can only believe half of it.
Okay, but that doesn't mean it wasn't said. And Trump does have a foul mouth, and it's been said over and over and over.
Every time I've heard him speak, he's cussed here and there.
And that's one of the things that people like about him, is that, he's manly. Is he?
Trump is so different than any of the candidates that I remember.
He's an arrogant, pompous son of a bitch.
I would agree he's arrogant. Okay, but he's been a leader that we've never had.
First of all, he's not a leader. He is not a leader.
Whether you agree with him being a leader, right now he's the president of the United States, so he is a leader.
He is that, and you can call him president, but he's not my president. And
no matter whether you accept him as president or not.
No, I don't.
That's fine. That's your right to. But he's still the president of the United States.
Well, see, that's one of the things that I'm afraid of, is that if he wins, with all the things that are going on with Bill Barr reminds me of Herman Goering.
I don't even know who that is. I don't remember him.
I don't.
Joking. No, I don't.
I'm going to have to get you a blue pill.
I might need it to stand up. I don't know.
Wait a minute. You don't know who Herman Goering was?
I don't remember who he is.
Herman Goering was the assistant to Hitler.
Well, why the hell would I know who that is? I didn't study.
You don't know who Hitler is?
I know who Hitler is.
Yeah, well,
I don't know who
this is
the rest of them. The only one I know of is Hitler and Rommel. Those are the only two I remember. Oh, and Winston Churchill.
Well, actually, Bill Barr was likened to Joseph Goebbels today. No, he would be about 4 Joseph Goebbels.
Who the hell is Joseph Goebbels?
He was a minister of propaganda
for
Hitler.
Why are you on Hitler?
Because a lot of the tendencies that Donald Trump is doing now.
He's not Hitler.
Did you know? Yeah. Well, wait a minute. First of all, his wife said.
Ivanka or Melania.
No, not Ivanka. That's only in his dreams.
That's his daughter.
Yeah, that's only in his dreams and on what show is it?
Saturday Night Live.
No. What's the radio announcer? The weird one that. God, I can't think of it.
Now you're scaring me too much. You're like Biden.
Anyway. No. His wife said that he always slept when they did sleep together. They had.
That's personal stuff. I don't care about his personal life.
Well, she doesn't want to be first lady. I mean,
I've heard that one and I've seen that one before too.
Right.
So.
Well, good. I'm going to bring that one up again because I just have to do it.
Politics ruin marriages all the time.
Oh no, this is a good one. I mean, she stuck it to him. But get back to the.
Okay.
Okay. No, he studied Hitler, and he is a fan of Hitler. Did you know? And it is recorded in history that Hitler used the same line. Now, I don't know how he did this. He used the same line as Trump. Or maybe it was vice versa.
Which line is that?
We'll make Germany great again.
Well, that isn't Trump's line.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
No. So
You mean making America great again?
Yeah, so he stole it. The same way,
Hey, these politicians, they plagiarize each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ivanka Trump was great with that one. That one. It's bad enough you did it once, but then you did it a second time and couldn't figure out why people were laughing at you?
What are we talking about now?
She plagiarized two of Michelle Obama's speeches, and they put them side by side, and she read Michelle Obama's speech word for word as if it was her own. They fired the woman who set it up,
who wrote it,
got another one, and did the same damn thing all over again.
Okay. I mean, these people have writers who write their speeches.
All right. Yeah. Well, my point is this: that the autocracy is something. Once you lose democracy, you're not getting it back. And what I'm seeing,
more afraid of the direction the Democratic Party's going.
Okay. No. All right. Speak.
I mean, they've gone so far left that, I mean, it's turning more into a socialist Marxist party than it is the Democrat Party that I grew up with. It's not for the people as much as it used to be.
Okay. You said socialist Marxist party.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Yes.
Okay. One of the first people that Hitler had gone after.
You're stuck on Germany.
Oh, no, I'm comparing the two of them because if you look at the pattern of what they're doing, the only thing that Trump can't do is have people killed. He does have his militias
but he won't do it.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be too much of a blatant error.
And, I'm not the only one that's investigating this.
Right.
But this is something that because the pattern is so close to being the same. But Hitler went after the so-called left, but Hitler was a socialist Marxist.
Yes.
The socialism Marxist is more closer compared to communism. How is it put on the left?
Bernie's communist.
Bernie's not communist.
Socialist democratic. Okay? That's
what
he calls himself.
That doesn't make him communist.
Their platform is more far left than it's all the way to socialism.
Wait a minute. You still have never explained how does that put you to the left? What exactly does that mean?
Socialism. All right. What the left is pushing to is towards socialism.
Explain socialism.
All right. Socialism is what Venezuela went through. That
No.
We have no country.
No.
Here's what they're thinking.
Explain what it is.
Socialism is pretty much where the government owns just about everything. It's not far from communism. Okay, socialism is the government owning the businesses, telling you when you can work and what you do at your job. You have no choices in socialism. Well, you might have a couple of choices in order for the jobs that are in that area, but that's basically what socialism is. It's the government running pretty much everything. I'm getting from everything they want. I think in a way the difference is everybody's pushing for what Bernie used to say, like Denmark and Sweden. They want socialized medicine, free college, just about pretty much all that right there. But they don't want to tell you how it's going to be paid for. Me and you have had this discussion many, many times.
Okay, now the thing is,
and that's
Denmark,
exactly the way AOC wants to go. But this is the youth within the Democratic Party. They've taken over the Democratic Party. They're trying to push Nancy Pelosi out now.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But what she is pushing for was for a better agreement for the people of the United States.
A better agreement where?
They came down to $1 trillion.
Oh, you're talking about the money for the COVID stimulus program.
They passed their bill in May. The Democrats passed the bill in May.
Of $3 trillion.
Right.
But it carried on it bailouts for the Democratic states that had mismanagement of their own situations.
All I'm saying is they passed it in May.
And it was strictly democratically passed.
Okay, whether it was or wasn't, they passed it in May. And Mitch McConnell wouldn't look at it until a week before the other one expired. So could he, now whether that bill was right or wrong, he could have looked at it, say in
I'm sure
June.
they did, because...
No, he said no. He said it was dead on arrival.
He was, right, he did. He did say dead on arrival. But he also listened to what the president said, who is part of his party and the leader of their party. He said he will not sign a bill that is set up to bail out these states that have been mismanaged. And most of these states that he's talking about was New York, California, Washington, Oregon. They were Democrat, and even Michigan was on that list, because of the mismanagement of the Democratic governors and leaders of those states.
Oh, the Democratic governors. It's always the Democrats.
If you look at the ones that are in financial you look at the states...
Trump looks at the ones that are Democrat.
Now, me and you, before we even come in here, I told you, I've done my research on this. I've looked at these states, the ones that are deep in deficits. Okay? California has, on its own, $1 trillion deficit. California is the one, anything that happens in this country usually goes through California first.
California has the 5th largest economy in the world. Yes.
Right, but here's also the issue. Right, California has these rolling brownouts. Okay? And I was just listening to this on WJR radio. California doesn't need to have these rolling brownouts, but they've passed this where they renewable energies. Renewable energies cannot keep up with fossil fuels. California, and right now, DTE here in Michigan wants to hit 50% renewables by 2040.
And we shouldn't do that?
No.
No?
Renewables can't keep up right now. Wind and solar can't keep up. Michigan doesn't have the sunshine that California does.
Nor do they have the wind that Hawaii does.
But at the
Nor
same
the sun
time,
that Hawaii does.
That's why California's having rolling brownouts, because their system can't keep up with it.
My point was that as far as this bill, McConnell let it stagnate until a week before. Now,
that was on Trump, not
whether
Mitchell.
this is Democrat,
McConnell.
Republican, there are people out there, and this is one of the amazing things. There are now middle class, upper middle class, the $325,000 homes, they're in the food lines now.
Yeah.
These people are struggling. These people the taxpayer money is ours. I mean, you want to build a wall with it, you want to, let me bring back a Trumpster thing. With $120 million given to the state of New York. Now, when you were campaigning, and when we went to, Mikado, when we were driving up there, that's when I heard that Trump had given $120 million, which by today's standards doesn't sound like a lot of money. I guess it's the money you have in your back pocket.
Okay.
We're into billions now, and trillions are the new billions, all right. So he gave that money because they said it was because Barron had to stay in school in New York. Wait a minute, I got to finish. I'm on my side of the glass right now. That Barron had to finish school. Well, it has recently come out in her book and in another one that no, she didn't want to go to Washington. No, she didn't want to be First Lady. No, she didn't want to be anywhere around him. So
they were actually talking about a divorce before he won the presidency. I know all about that.
But she did use that as leverage to get her prenup
changed,
increased. So we, the taxpayers, me, the taxpayer, you, the taxpayer, we got to pay $120 million because they had to quarantine off a 3-block radius
of Trump Tower.
Now, wait a minute. If she didn't want to go, that's not my problem. But when she's using it as a game and he takes taxpayer money.
He didn't take the taxpayer.
He took taxpayer money.
Now, wait. Let me rephrase. Let me straighten you out on this. Okay? It isn't the president himself. And I'm not talking Trump. I'm talking all of them. Now, wait. It isn't him or her, whoever president is, that decides what the family's going to do. All right? If the family doesn't want to go to Washington and they want to stay there, we have to pay, as taxpayers, we still have to protect his family.
Trump allocated the money. That's what came over the radio, and he said himself he allocated that money
Even if it would have been Barack
matter.
Obama.
It doesn't matter.
You're right, it doesn't. Because no matter which president is in there, if their family doesn't want to go to the White House, it is the responsibility of the Secret Service to still protect that immediate family. It doesn't matter where they go.
They have a budget, and that budget was used up in 2017 by September. He even charged the Secret Service to have an office in that building to protect her. He charged the Secret Service. That's taxpayer money. You don't do that.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. You don't charge the people for something that you're supposed to get.
You expect a business. Because Trump Tower is a business, whether it's his or not.
It doesn't matter. You
Only
don't
because it
charge
doesn't
the
go with your
Secret
argument.
Service. Just like he raised the rent so that when he was getting money in, he was paying himself, but he raised the rent four times what it was.
If you could ever get past the hate for one man,
it's not a hate. It's a con.
It doesn't matter.
It's
a business con. Is a business.
It doesn't matter.
Only to
the Secret Service is for the service of the people. You don't charge them.
The Secret Service is there to protect the family of the president.
You don't charge them.
They're charged no matter where they go.
Just like you don't charge.
If they go down to Orlando, Florida for a speaking arrangement. Hey, wait. If you go to Orlando for a speaking arrangement, you're the president. The Secret Service still pays for rooms down there.
Correct.
So they're going to pay up there.
Correct. But you don't pay it to the person's pocket.
You pay it to the business.
You didn't pay it to Obama. You didn't pay it to Bush.
Obama paid it to the hotels in Hawaii.
Right, exactly.
He paid it to the businesses.
He paid it to the businesses.
And so did Trump.
Trump paid himself.
He paid the
Trump
businesses.
paid himself. You can't do that. That's stealing.
You can't get past the fact that it's Trump Tower.
It's stealing.
It's still a business.
No, it's the same thing with the golfing. He goes down to, remember, golf?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all Obama did was golf for 8 years. He did more golfing, and he still can't say golf. He's still...
he's from New York.
Plus,
what do you
he cheats. Even the people that play with him say, oh, yeah, he cheats, but we don't say anything. Of course not. But
the
fact is that he golfed more. 289 times.
So?
Don't say anything. I'm not paying you to golf.
You're not.
I am paying.
I don't care. All the taxpayers are paying.
Yes.
Every time he goes anywhere, we pay. Whether we like it or not. It's not in our control. There are things
that belong to the job.
It doesn't matter. If he takes a vacation, he goes someplace, we pay.
Okay,
if he goes over here, if he wants to go take a dump over here at this hotel because he doesn't want to stink up his own hotel, we pay.
Yeah, well, he probably does that too.
I'm just saying. It's an example.
Okay, all right. So you're a truck driver. So
yes.
Let's say that you want to go to, you need to go to Southfield. So you go by way of
Florida?
Sterling Heights. Well, okay. I wasn't going to go that
I still pay.
Okay, but the company pays that.
No, if it's
you're not supposed to be doing that.
If it's
don't you have tattlers in there?
In the trucks?
Yeah.
Well, no, my work phone tells everything about me.
So you don't get away with it.
No. Just like Trump don't get away with anything.
He does get away with it.
How does he get away with it? We all know what he's doing.
The millions of dollars, and yet the Secret Service just came out with another list of bills.
Look, and this is a big thorn in your side, and I admit to this.
He doesn't give a damn about people. He's just there to ensure himself, enrich himself, and his family.
You know,
and the others have done it.
The thing about the Democratic Party has such a thorn in their side because this man won.
Well, so does the Republican Party.
Some do,
you know what
but the majority of them don't.
The majority of them do, but they don't say anything. Do you know what the new mantra is? Okay, I got to clean this up.
No bleeping.
Every morning, they get their briefings, And it has come out from senators and some congressmen, not all, because he's got his sycophants there, Matt Gaetz being one of them, Jim Jordan, Doug Collins, who's about to get it up the back end. You know what their new title is for him? What the hell has that jackass done now?
I'll tell you what.
What the hell has that jackass done now? Yeah, I repeated it.
The whole thing is, no matter what he does, we pay for it. Yes, I understand that.
Okay,
but that's like with any other president. And I'll admit, this one has cost us more than most of the others.
My problem isn't that we pay for it. My problem is that we put it in his pocket. That bothers me. Jimmy Carter sold his damn peanut business.
Yep, and Trump signed over all his assets.
No.
I remember seeing this.
He said he did. He never did. He said he did. He never did. He's still making the decisions. And Eric Trump, like his
Donald Trump's
aunt
making
said,
decisions.
he's a moron.
Donald Trump Jr. is making decisions. Eric Trump is making decisions.
No,
Ivanka
because
Trump
that's
is
even
making
come out.
decisions.
Well, now, wait a minute. Now, that one is. Yeah, that one is. Ivanka Trump is. Eric Trump, they said, is a moron.
The businesses are in the family's name. Plain and simple.
He's still in on it.
He's run the business.
He's making making deals for himself, the ones that he made with Saudi Arabia.
I'm telling you right now
that
this was on. No matter what and look, every one of our senators and congressmen, they go in. Some of them go in with good paid jobs. 90% of them come out as millionaires. Explain that. You got.
Most of them were millionaires before they got in. The average person.
Some were. I said 90%.
Check on there on your phone while you're resting.
While I'm resting.
Check on there and see.
This is what I'm
getting. How many
at.
are millionaires? And I think you're going to be shocked at the number.
90% of them are millionaires.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them. Mitch McConnell.
What was AOC? AOC.
She's not. She's not.
Not yet.
But what do you think Mitch McConnell's worth?
He's worth a couple $1 million.
What? What?
He's been in what?
What?
Public service for 30 years.
How much?
I don't know what he's worth. He's
$23 million.
Okay, a couple million.
Jeez.
But the whole thing is, when he started out, he wasn't.
No, actually, he was. Now, I want to ask you, who do they work for?
They're supposed to work for us. But what I don't understand is how somebody can go in there, like our state senators, they make $174,000 and change, but they'll all come out millionaires before they're done.
Now, I don't know how that happens, but I will tell you this.
I do. It's all the lobbyists.
Well, I thought Trump was going to drain the swamp. He just refilled it with new water.
No, I think he's gotten rid of some of them. And
I don't think
they're
he's
still
no.
I still think they're still coming out.
The first week, right after Trump won, even before he took office, Newt Gingrich opened his lobbying office 1 block from the White House.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It doesn't have to. It's a done deal.
Well, like I said, it doesn't surprise me.
You know what bothers me too is.
But the reason that they're all rebelling against him is because he's not one of them.
He's not one of anything.
Well,
he's an idiot. Now, I know that's going to get me probably a bullet between the eyes because.
You ain't got to worry about. There's nobody like that around here that can shoot straight.
He has bred hate and misinformation.
The Democratic Party has bred hate as well. Don't just blame it on him because it's not just one man that's doing all this.
Who is his enemies?
Who is his enemies?
Oh, yeah.
The majority of the Democratic Party.
And
some of the Republicans.
And?
I don't know who else.
Anyone who disagrees with him. Anyone who doesn't sign the loyalty oath. The press. The
press has never... The press has been... I mean, the press has not given him credit for anything.
The press is not the enemy of the people. The press is as
if
much
the press would stop lying, I could agree with you.
Wait a minute. What do you mean they're lying?
A lot of the time, all they do is they'll take part of a story. Okay, they'll listen to what he says and somebody else says, and they'll twist it to how they feel they want it to say.
And CNN has come forward, as has MSNBC, and said, we made a mistake. They even got sued over it. We made a mistake. We correct our actions, and I've seen that with Wolf Blitzer. I've seen that with
Rachel
Anderson
Maddow,
Cooper.
no.
Rachel Maddow, no, I can't say I have.
Well,
no, I take that back. She did.
No,
she did.
She's never apologized for anything.
She said she gave some wrong information, and she did apologize for it. She did, as did Chris Hayes.
The problem is that they'll wait till after it's bled out for so many days before they come back and make an apology. They know that what they're preaching out there is a lie to begin with.
But a lot of stuff Trump puts out there that is a lie.
Oh, he's the first. He's the first one that's going to shoot himself in the foot. Trump does all the time. I mean, he could do something good. Somebody will come out and say something bad about him, and then he'll turn around and shoot himself in the foot with his next tweet.
But
I already know that.
The thing is, what amazes me is it doesn't matter. The one statement, and I'm going to give Trump some credit now. So y'all ready for this? You better sit down.
I'm glad I'm sitting down.
All right. When he said, I can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and get away with it.
Yeah, I remember that during his campaign.
Mm-hmm. I believe that. Well, right now that would be true, especially since Bill Barr now is taking over his personal...
where he got that from, right?
No.
He got that from when Dick Cheney did it.
Yeah, but Dick Cheney shot him out in the woods during a hunting.
I'm just telling you, that's where he got it from. He made that that statement from Dick Cheney's statement.
That means that I can do any damn thing I want and I'll get away with it. People won't go against me. Would you say that's what it meant?
I would say probably he was meaning something like that, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't know how he thinks.
Now Bill Barr is defending him on, and this is bizarre.
Hey, what Bill Barr did at Hillsdale College...
I don't give a damn about Hillsdale College.
I'm just telling you right now.
Bill Barr is a jackass.
Bill Barr is the one that's staying pretty much down the middle of all this.
You're joking.
No, I'm not. He's staying to the letter of the law. That's his job. Yeah.
You do need a blue pill.
No. Bill Barr is staying to the middle of the law.
No, he hasn't. Bill Barr has represented Donald Trump.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
He's with the Department of Justice.
No, he's not. And he just criticized his own people, saying that they are like children out of Montessori.
Yes, he did. And he's talking about the FBI agents that screwed
the only
things
person
up.
he answers to is Trump.
No,
That's what he said. That's what he said.
He's not Trump's personal attorney.
He said he only answers to Trump. He just said that in the last 2 days, not in those exact words.
What was
now,
his exact
also,
words?
I want to ask you this. How come he's representing Trump in something that Trump said that's a civil suit?
He's not representing Trump anywhere.
Yes, he is.
Where?
In the lawsuit that he has with that one woman that Trump made disparaging remarks, and she's suing him for slander.
That case is the one that you're talking about right there.
Yeah.
That is against the federal government. That is not just against Trump. That's why Barr is in the middle of that.
He's kicking it up to the federal because he said that was part of Trump's job when he disparaged her because she accused him of...
She's suing the federal government along with Trump.
She's suing him. She's not suing the federal government. He's kicking it up from the state court to the federal court, and then he's going to handle it himself.
That's because that part of that lawsuit is against the federal government.
No, it isn't.
That's the only way Barr can get involved.
No, it isn't. And that's why they're saying that he really can't do that. He's just doing it to protect Trump.
He's not in there to protect anybody.
He is protecting Trump. He has been Trump's asshole since...
I need to get you some Kool-Aid that'll bring you out of that state. You're drinking the wrong Kool-Aid, dude. You need to get rid of the blue Kool-Aid. I'm telling you right now. You got to get past the hatred for one man. And look at both sides of the story.
Look, my second thing is he's destroyed the Republican Party. It is not the Republican Party anymore. It's the Trumpist Party.
Just like every president that's in there, they're the head of their parties.
When
Obama was in there, it was Obama's party. Don't tell me any different.
Okay. Trump went further. When he pulled Reince Priebus up, he put in his own person, which was amazing because It happens to be a relation.
The president's job or
you don't
place.
take over the RNC with your own people who signed loyalty oaths to you.
Hey, the president of the United States, whether it doesn't matter.
It's the
what
Trump
I'm trying
party.
to tell you. Yeah, you're right. It is. It is the Trump party.
Okay.
The Republicans are admitting to that.
Well, then I say to Republicans, you need to follow. Put Mitt Romney in charge of the Republicans.
Mitt Romney ain't worth a shit.
Take that branch and make the new party. Make the new damn party.
Mitt Romney is a Democrat.
Make the Trump party. The only problem with it being the Trump party is Trump wouldn't pay for it. You know what he really likes about being president, other than the fact that if he's not president, there's a good chance he'll go to jail unless he can work some magic. Now, here's a couple of scenarios for that magic. One, if he loses, he resigns the position and has Mike Pence pardon him for all crimes. Number two, Bill Barr is still trying to get those 17 indictments against him taken care of. He's been doing that since the first week he became Attorney General.
And you know that for a fact?
Yes.
Where is your proof?
It's already been announced. He already said he started, and then when he tried to remove the AG,
he's going
no,
back.
In the first week.
He's going back to double check to make sure that these weren't fraudulent cases, just like
no,
with the
no,
report
because the Attorney General of New York said that he's trying to get them quashed.
I don't believe that in New York, but because the courts have already been involved with all this.
Yes, and he tried to fire the Attorney General, who they put in. That was a Trump appointee.
But what I'm getting at,
he didn't even fire him. He told him he resigned. They just sort of forgot to tell him. Imagine that. Just like when he fired Comey, he didn't have the guts to do it. He sent his bodyguard over to his office.
Comey needed to be fired.
And what happens? Comey's out in California giving a speech to the new recruits for the FBI, and it comes across the TV screen behind him. The students saw it before he did because Trump doesn't have the guts. Now, the other thing that I'll give him credit for, he's leaving a legacy. Okay. Now, the people that love him, go ahead, love him. Worship the ground he walks on, because I'm going to tell you what, if he wins and we become an autocracy, you're in the same shit as we are.
Well, I would rather him win than the Democratic Party at this point.
I'm sorry. I would rather he doesn't win because I can see First Amendment being completely changed.
If the Democratic Party goes in there, yes.
The First Amendment?
Yep.
Freedom of speech?
Yep.
No.
Plus the Second Amendment will be changed. Second Amendment will be changed.
Explain that to me. Explain.
Because the Democratic Party right now is so far left that they're going to push all this.
What is this goddamn far left?
I'm telling you right now.
What is far left?
Socialism.
Socialism is a communist thing.
That's what they're pushing for.
Then push that on Trump. He's the one that's kissing Putin's ass.
No. This is where the Democratic Party wants to go.
Putin owns Trump. He owns him.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, yes, he does. And if you look at it, watch how he sits. Putin's sitting like this, and Trump is like this with his hand between his legs. There is no record of any of their conversations because Trump has pulled them all. He cannot allow any of those conversations to come out. Just like when he had that meeting with Kislyak and their version of the Secretary of State right after he fired Comey. You know where that information came from? Russia. Because he did not allow any American reporters in there. He didn't even allow a translator in there. Everything is done cloak and dagger because he's got shit going on in Russia.
Just the same way Obama did with his cloak and
in
dagger
Russia?
BS.
Which is?
With the Middle East.
Explain.
You can look stupid.
No, I never heard that. Go ahead. Explain.
Every president has their cloak and dagger crap. Every one of them.
You mean the stuff with Iran?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Well, now wait a minute. Before you do the cloak and dagger with Iran, Russia, England, Germany, France, Italy, all of them were in there in the room, so there wasn't cloak and dagger.
It wasn't brought. A lot of the stuff was not brought out to the public that was going on with Obama, with Clinton, or any of them. Bush.
Well, now wait a minute. Okay.
That stuff didn't come out. The only reason that Trump is getting so much media out of all this stuff is because there's more on social media now than there was back then.
Well, who put it there?
Well, Trump tweets out his own crap.
Well, why doesn't he talk to his wife so he can be best?
But I'm just telling you, that's the only reason.
Okay.
And like I said, there's people like yourself
I
that
wanna
didn't
know-
like Trump before he was president.
I didn't like him then.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't like him before he was president, and
first
now
of
they
all,
couldn't believe that
all
he
the-
wasn't supposed to win. I mean, the Republicans didn't believe he was going
Of
to win,
course
and
he
the
wasn't
Democrats
supposed to win.
did win.
That's why Russia helped him to win.
Russia
because they
didn't
knew-
help him
Oh,
with
yes,
anything.
they did. He had dealings with Moscow and Putin. And, the funny
No.
thing was, first
It's
he
all
did,
been
then he didn't,
disproved.
then he
It's
did, then
already
he
been
didn't.
disproved.
No, it wasn't disproved
The
because
Mueller
he himself...
report.
No.
The Mueller report came to the conclusion there was no collusion.
Collusion.
Right.
But he
They
did
could
not say that there was not
look at this.
interference.
Look at it this way. This
And that
man
Russia
has
didn't
been
help him.
investigated
Did
more
he
than
not?
anybody else,
Yes,
and they have
Bill
not found
Barr was
anything.
in to twist and turn it. Oh,
Wait, let me see if I got some Kool-Aid around here for you.
I want to know this far left shit.
The socialism that they're pushing, yes.
Far left.
AOC.
What, no one actually says what that means. I mean, the far left, the far right. Now, the far right I can tell because Jews will not replace us. Remember that? Jews will not
That's
replace
Hitler.
us. Yeah, that was the far right, and they marched. I know what the far right is.
Our far right
What is
here-
the far left?
Socialism.
Oh,
That's what AOC and them all want. They want to take
Socialism-
control of our system
Socialism-
and get it down to one party, the Democratic Party, where none of us will be voting anymore. It'll all be in charge with that.
I've never heard that crap.
It's coming.
Socialism is more to communism. That's
Exactly.
more to Trump. That's
No.
authoritarianism. It's socialism.
No.
That's what.
You're right. It is authoritarianism
That's
for
what,
socialism. That's what the Democrats want.
What was it? Mussolini. And then Hitler admired Mussolini, and it was very funny because
Hitler was
Mussolini thought he was a
Nazism,
little
but that's beside the
pipsqueak.
point.
Huh?
That was a communist country. Hitler was communist, and
Hitler
Nazi.
wasn't communist.
Yes, he was. He was.
No.
He was from the
Germany-
Nazi party.
No. Germany was a democracy. Hitler started the Nazi Party.
You're correct.
Okay, he started it, and then it was the Workers' Party.
Yes, the Workers' Party.
Okay, the term Nazi is a translation of the Workers' Party. It's their version, in
It was
translation.
taken after Hitler came into power of the
National,
Workers' Party.
Workers' Party, something
Yeah.
to that effect. But in Germany they spelled it differently, so the Nazi term
Right.
came up different. I mean, we're talking English, they're talking German. Okay, so I understand that. My other thing is that Trump has left a legacy.
Every president does, whether it's good or bad.
Okay, the legacy that he has left. Here's some of the parts. One, where presidents did more than not, I'll never say that they were all perfect, none of them were,
Right.
had some ethics and some morals.
They all do to some extent.
Okay. There was tradition. There was you represented everybody,
They're supposed to.
or gave the impression, at least gave the
Right.
impression of it. They didn't come out and say who was their enemy. They didn't come out at rallies and say, there's the enemy of the people. When
Meaning
these
the
are your
media.
citizens, they are reporters. Are they or are they not American citizens?
Yes, they're American citizens.
Does
The majority of them.
Does the president represent American citizens,
Yes.
or does he represent who he finds that kisses his ass?
The media should be reporting truthfully. They are not reporting truthfully on everything that Trump does.
Oh, so Fox News tells the truth.
I didn't say. I said the media.
But Fox News and Breitbart and certain ones, they're good. But anyone
They're more truthful towards. At least they're reporting some of the good things that Trump is doing.
anyone who disagrees with him is the enemy. Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, then what are you saying? I mean,
I said
who's
if the
enemy of
media,
people?
if the media would report equally on his, I mean, they can report the bad stuff he does.
No, yesterday
But they don't report anything good that he's done.
Well, 2 days ago they gave him high accolades for that.
For what?
The signing of the peace agreement. I mean, all of them. All of them.
Oh, you mean for Israel?
Yeah, I mean they all.
Well, how do you think they're
saying.
they're not going to get away with not doing that?
But it only played up for what, 1 day, if that?
Yeah, but Trump comes out and sticks his own foot in his mouth.
Oh, I've said that already earlier.
Okay, now the Democrats, if
Nancy
the Democrats
Pelosi was
win,
pissed that he done that.
the country's going to go down. Now,
If the Democrats win, right now I see a much higher tax base coming out.
now where'd you get that?
Because everything that they want to push for is going to cost us a lot more in taxes.
Okay, did you know that Trump just awarded, I think it's $13 billion? He's having a rally in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. He's awarding the farmers of Wisconsin $13 billion.
That's not just the farmers of Wisconsin. That's for the agriculture and farmers of the United States.
No. Well,
yes, because the last year before that was $12 billion, and this year's $13 billion.
It's been $28 billion
total.
over 2 years.
Total, yes.
Not including the $13 billion that's about to go. Okay. Trump to announce $13 billion in coronavirus relief to farmers at Wisconsin rally.
Yeah, he's going to announce it at the Wisconsin rally. That's
So-
not for the Wisconsin farmers. That's for all the farmers on there, Dave. You need to start reading it properly, not
Okay,
just...
let's see.
By the way, which newspaper was that? Washington Post? New York Times? Turn the lights
If
on.
y'all get a chance to get some of these are really good. San Francisco Examiner,
Yeah.
I think. It's so small I can't read it.
But yeah, that's for the entire farmers. That's not just Wisconsin farmers.
For farmers by... Okay, all right. All right, you got me on that one.
I know I do.
Okay, you got me on that one. Now, I want to ask, where's it going to stop? So now, $28 billion plus $13 billion. Turn the light off because, we can't have... There's an energy shortage.
Only in
And
California.
I can't get these in the sun so they can charge.
Only in California.
Yeah, well, don't stand under a windmill because it'll cause brain damage. A la Trump. Have you ever noticed that I don't like him?
Oh, I've already known that because I know I can get you wound up just by saying I like Trump.
Okay, but $28 billion and $13 billion, how much is that? $41 billion?
Yep.
$41 billion on something that he caused. Now, he didn't cause the coronavirus, but
On
the
something
way
he caused with what?
Well, with the tariffs.
But he's the only president that was willing to take on China.
And he lost.
No, he didn't lose.
Oh, yeah.
He got stage 1 signed before the corona.
Yeah, but stage 1 is about to be dropped.
It's
but they
not
are
gonna
not
go
going to
through.
cut ties.
They're not. No, it's not over.
It's not over.
I mean, but he's the only president that had the gonads to go after China the way he did. Okay? He's the only president that has
But
gotten...
what did he do?
He's the only president that
What
has
did he
gotten
do?
China to agree. It's in that first stage to agree with property rights.
Intellectual property?
Intellectual property rights. He's gotten China to agree with that on stage 1. It doesn't mean it's fully in effect that we're protected from what China steals from us, and there's no denying that. I know that. But the fact is, he's also the only president that's gotten...
I mean, we've had numerous presidents promise to bring the capital to Israel in the Middle East. None of them have done it. Trump has done it.
So you don't
We've
remember
got-
when
we've got
Nixon
him
went over to
signing-
China?
Yeah, I remember when Nixon went over
Nixon-
there. I was young.
Nixon got quite a
Nixon
bit
didn't
done.
get...
Oh, yes,
no,
he
he
did.
didn't.
Yes.
What did he
because
get done over there?
Nixon played the game with them where he went to China first. Now, Mao Zedong was quite ill at the
Yeah,
time. Now, he did come
that's
out and
during
make
the
a show.
time when China was
Okay.
very poor.
Okay, but then he went there, and Russia looked at him, and Brezhnev, what the hell? What the hell is he doing there?
Right.
So then he went to Russia, and then China started looking, what the hell is he doing there? And he played them.
Nixon did,
So
yes.
don't tell me that
Trump got more done with China than any president has.
no, I don't
Yes.
think so. I don't think so. Well, we'll see. We'll see because
I think we
the
will.
factories didn't come back over. They're still over there.
We still got quite a bit of the
Oh,
manufacturing.
yeah.
We got
As a
quite
matter
a bit of
fact,
manufacturing
he's got
back.
2, and his daughter has several.
We still have brought
His daughter
back many
has
of
several.
jobs.
Oh, buy American, manufacture in America, but his 14 companies,
Oh, that are still partially over there, yes.
3 in Mexico,
Right.
there's several all over Europe, and then he's got 2 in China. Now, his daughter, as I say, all of her stuff is made in China, and she has the nerve to come out and say, be an entrepreneur. Make America great. Make stuff in America. Well, what we'll do is we'll make it in China.
Where
and we'll
is the
sell it here.
majority of our products coming from?
Good. I'm glad you asked me. How did those factories get over there?
Because of our high tax rates, they went over there to have them manufactured cheaper. I understand that.
Okay. So then these well-to-do, rich companies went to China and yet blamed the workers. Didn't want to pay high taxes.
They didn't want to pay high taxes and
Do you
high
wanna pay
wages on
taxes?
top of it.
Do you want to pay high taxes?
Do I want to pay? No,
Yeah.
that's why I'm not voting Democratic.
I think you're making a mistake. Because he said anyone under 400,000, there would be no tax increase.
Who? Biden?
Biden. Yes.
The only way
In fact, that'll come out tonight.
The only way that Biden can do what he wants to do with socialized medicine is tax the main part of the United States.
Did you know?
The majority of the tax dollars come from the middle class of the United States.
But let me ask you, if these companies went over there because of the owners, because they didn't want to pay taxes, do you think that's right?
No.
Because they made big money.
As a business owner, you're going to want to go to where you make the money.
But did they pay taxes on that money? The majority did not. And you know where that came from?
Somewhere, it all depends on where it was, whichever
Everybody
country
look
it was.
on your computer. The title of it is Death by China by Peter Navarro.
Yep.
And Peter Navarro explains how that system worked and how it benefited the United States. However, he did also put in there how China forced them to use Chinese workers. Now,
Yep.
Chinese workers, some came from prison, some got $1 an hour, some, but what they did was they learned the factory. So now that they have you, they also had their army and their version of the CIA or FBI, however you want to call it, with the intellectual material. Now,
Even
Obama
today-
did go after them for that. And what they
Obama was all talk with China.
No. He did go
First
after
off,
them.
Obama did nothing with China, and I'll tell you
No,
why
not
I can
true.
say this.
Not true.
I'll tell you exactly why I know. Because as an American, or even any foreign person, you can go live in China, but you cannot get a job there.
Go in and on 60 Minutes in 2013, and there was a segment where Obama did go after them, and China said, "Oh, so sorry, we're going to stop the army from stealing your materials." All they did was switch it over to their version of the CIA. So what they did, they played a shuffling game. Now, he did do something. It didn't come to fruition. Trump also said he was going to do something, and it didn't come to fruition. We're more...
They actually have a treaty with Stage 1 treaty drawn up in writing between China and the United States right now.
Oh, yeah, they got it drawn up? Now, where is it?
It's still there. It's Stage 1 still.
China's,
but none of them have gotten anything that
China's buying
close.
the majority of their soybeans now? And Trump had a hand in this, which is really amazing. Brazil. Brazil undercut us. And Trump had a hand in that because he was helping to promote the dictator of Brazil. So what happened was now we have soybean farmers that will never come back.
We have, kind of like Michigan, we have a...
Possible?
leave her alone.
No, go ahead.
I mean, we've already lost thousands of mom and pop, tens of thousands of mom and pop businesses that'll never open again here in Michigan.
And I'm not happy about that
because of
either.
how Governor Whitmer has kept the economy depressed here in Michigan.
But
she's picking and choosing which businesses can open and which can't.
But the ones with the money the ones that got the tax breaks, were able to help push those people out. And they got a lot of that what was the term for that money? The money that they were giving for the loans.
Oh, the PPP?
Yeah, PPP.
Paycheck Protection Program?
Okay, so many of the little mom and pop shops got nothing because the banks, well, you're not really that important, but this company is.
There was limits on the PPP. You had to have a certain amount of employees or something like that.
Did you know that even Trump's businesses got it, including Mar-a-Lago, because he had to lay off workers? Did you know that?
It's a business. It's a business. If they applied for it, then they had the right to get it. Doesn't matter if Trump owned the damn business or not.
It was supposed to save the small business, not the large businesses.
It went to every one of these businesses. It was up to the banks to give those loans out. They had to be. They had to follow the guidelines, correct?
They didn't follow the guidelines.
That's not Trump's fault.
I got to ask this because
you can't blame Trump for everything.
We can't blame him for anything. You don't allow it.
No, I allow it when he's at fault for things.
Okay.
Then I'll say it. But see, right now the Democratic Party wants to blame him for everything.
Okay, so wait a
minute.
They're
blaming him for COVID.
Okay, wait. No. They're blaming him for the way he handled it, not for COVID.
On February 4th, when he gave his State of the Union speech, he brought up COVID during that speech. And you can go back and listen to it again.
I got to record it, by the way.
Good. Go back and listen to it.
You better hope that it's there.
It is. I guarantee it.
Plus,
you go back and listen to Gretchen Whitmer's response from the Democratic Party. Not once did she mention COVID.
But I want to ask you this. How come Trump has said all the rioting and all the fires and the tornadoes and the hurricanes and all this is going to be the world if Biden wins? What is this?
The rioting and stuff like that? He's pointing at the rioting right now because
not just the rioting.
Yes, he is.
He's blaming the fires on him too.
Well, the fires he can blame on it because Governor Newsom. Governor Newsom admitted to the mistake of not properly handling their forestry.
Crap! Because
60%
of the forest belong to the federal government.
Oh, it's 57%, not 60%.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But hey, look, Trump told them that they were not doing the ground clearing like they should be at the same time. Newsom could have brought up that we need money to do the federal lands as well.
Do you know?
They did not do it. Newsom took responsibility, said that they did not do their forestry, and that is why they have this done.
So let's all get a vacuum out there with an extension cord and clean them forests.
It ain't a matter of vacuuming, and you know it. It's getting rid of the dead wood.
Oh, Lord Almighty!
You got to get rid of the kindling, and Newsom admitted to that being their fault.
You know what amazes me?
What's that?
This glass didn't break.
Hey, we make it through the show no matter what. I mean, we get into some heated discussions. Yes, I have to, at some points, defend Trump to an extent because you will not.
No, I won't.
One of these days, I'm going to bring some red Kool-Aid in here for you, though.
I have from time to time, but
it's very far and in between.
Yeah, few and far between. Yes, that's true.
But
I think his legacy,
as citizens of the United States or constituents, however you want to look at us, we need to learn to look at both sides of the story, but not just out of hatred for one man. There's a lot of things that the president does that I don't agree with. But at the same time, I still look at what comes out from both sides. Okay? And putting Biden in there as a placeholder for Kamala Harris isn't the right thing to do. Biden has issues with dementia, and it's showing.
Because
but we're out of time.
Time is coming down, but there's one thing I'm going to say. As soon as the Big Ten decided to play football, damned if he didn't come in and take credit for it.
Well, no, he said he congratulated him, but he did.
He congratulated himself.
After that, he says, Pac-12, open up.
Glad that I could be of service. He wasn't of service of anything. He just opened his big mouth.
Why is the Big Ten opening?
Well, I'm just hoping that when I walk out of here, I don't get a bullet through my head.
Oh, you ain't got to worry about it. Nobody around here can shoot straight.
Yeah.
But the whole thing with the Big Ten, it's all money.
Yeah.
It isn't what the president said.
That's what did it.
Yeah.
Can I last another week?
Sure.
I'll see you next week. Hey, we'll
Maybe we'll put 2 pieces of glass.
Let's just get some blue pills.
We need those kickstands.
You can drink them with Kool-Aid. We'll see you next week.